with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. It's a Wealth Wednesday, so of course, Stacey Tisdale is here.
Happy Wealth Wednesdays, everybody, and he is here.
Who is this?
Ash Cash, Mr. Abundance, the king
In the
of
building.
abundance, the one,
Appreciate
the
you.
only Ash Cash stopped by to see us. We are so
Yes.
excited.
Excited. Always excited to be here.
Man, I see you on everything else. I was like, did Ash Cash forget about us?
Nah,
But-
never. Family for
that?
life. Family always,
What's up with
always,
that?
always. That's why I had to stop through.
Okay, and you're down some pounds.
Yeah, so I've been realizing, you can make all the money in the world. If you're not healthy, what's the point?
Health is wealth.
Health
That's
as
what
well.
we say.
No,
yeah.
that's a fact, and we're seeing a lot of people pass away young who should still be here. And yeah, so I've been focused. So I went vegan actually. So May 1st, I went raw vegan. So
that's tough.
Yeah, so for 30 days, I ate nothing but raw food. But I had a great chef. And so it wasn't just salad. It was like really good food. Fast shout out to Christian Shea. It was like I had pizza. I had zucchini. If you find the right person,
You're
it's
right,
really
because
good.
they do have zucchini noodles. that
Yeah.
you can make and it's just like kind of spaghetti.
And it's good though because it's raw, so it's not cooked food, right? So it's all vegetables.
Uncooked pizza.
Yeah. So but again, it's like they I don't know how they do it, but it's with it's tomato sauce. It's like they make it like a pizza, but it's all raw. It's
I want to say that sounds appealing, but
no, it's really, really good though. It's really, really good. I promise you, it's good. And then so I was it was really fulfilling. I lost about 30 pounds that first month, but then I wanted hot food or whatever. So I started. So within the last 90 days, I dropped 49 pounds.
congratulations!
Really?
That's
Thank
quite
you.
an
Yeah.
accomplishment.
You've been documenting this on social media.
Yes.
5 a.m. workouts every day.
Every day, I got a great trainer. Fast out to my brother Red, who makes sure I'm in the gym. So like,
yeah,
y'all
your
see the muscle.
skin is glowing.
You know what I'm trying to say? Skin glowing. You know what I'm saying? The muscles
You're giving
is
off even
popping.
more
You
energy.
feel me? Even more energy. No, it feels great. I sleep better. I'm tracking my sleep. I'm tracking everything. 5 a.m. working out, playing basketball. It's just right now my health is the most important thing that matters. But what I'm realizing though is when I'm focusing on my health, the wealth is just increasing. And what I mean by that is my mind is sharper. I make better decisions. I'm able to, manifest and attract better opportunities. Like that's a real thing. So like I know when people talk about like mindset and law of attraction, they think it's like this thing that's in the sky. But if you put garbage in your system, then the thoughts are garbage, and then you're not making the right deals. But if you put the right things in your system, then now you're a little clearer. Now you can really, thoughts become things. You can really think about certain opportunities and bring those opportunities to you. And I've been seeing that. The last 90 days have been phenomenal.
What triggered this for you? Like, what was the point where you were like, you know what? This is the journey that I need to go on.
Man, not being able to. It's simple things though. Like, I got two kids, 16 and 9-year-old, and we have a pretty decent sized house. Wanting something from downstairs and having to call my daughter like, hey, can you bring this up for me?
Right.
Not because I'm being lazy. Right, it's because it hurts when I go up and down the steps, right? Because so I'm 6'3". At my peak, I was 360 pounds.
Wow.
Like and I used to hoop. I used to play ball in high school, and so my basketball weighs 208 pounds. So you got to think that's 160 pounds extra that I'm not used to, and so trying. My wife asking us to go outside and hang out, and I'm just tired. Like I'm just tired. I'm walking and I'm just tired. So I think for me it was just the quality of life. It just sucks, right? Like to not be able to do simple stuff like walk up and down the steps, to be tired fast, to not be able to run around, and that's what it started for me. And then just kind of watching people do their health journeys, right? Which is why I document mine, because I was watching like Pinky Cole. Actually, she had 3 babies back to back.
Yeah.
And then that's what got. I'm actually using her chef. I saw her journey. My brother Neo sent me her journey, and she lost 55 pounds in like 2 months or something like that. I say, wow, and through going raw, I was like, all right, that's what I'm gonna do, and it actually worked.
How was it getting started? Because I know sometimes that's the hardest part, is being like, today's the day I'm gonna start.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough. But the truth of the matter is it's like a switch though, right? And when I say it's like a switch, it's almost like if you make a decision, the decision might not be an easy decision to make, but once you make that decision, there's nothing else. You're not going back from that. So once I made the decision, like, listen, I am going to get my health together, I made that switch. It was tough because, you got to understand, like, I love to eat. Like, I love food, right? But do I love to eat more than I love health? Do I love to eat more than I love to be here for my family? Do I love to eat more than being able to really do I love basketball. I'm very competitive. I'm really, really good. But at 360, in my mind, I think I can hoop, right? But I'm not able to do what I need to do. And so do I love to eat more than I love to punish guys on the basketball court?
As they say, eat to live, don't live to eat.
Facts.
Right.
And that's a real thing.
Yeah.
And you were talking about how putting healthy things into your body shifted your mindset. Yeah. You're making more empowered decisions. So you have a new you, and you have a new app.
Yes, 1,000%. So we have what's called the abundance calculator, and that was part of This actually manifested, and no lie, it manifested during the time I'm going vegan, eating raw, where I was saying to myself, one of the things I got tired of is all of the people who talk about money online talk about generational wealth as if wealth is only about income, right? Especially in our community. We'd be like, I'm building generational wealth. I'm getting to the bag. I've made a lot of money. I've invested a lot of money. Making money don't mean you wealthy.
Right.
Like, you can make millions of dollars and not hold none of it and be still living paycheck to paycheck, right? And so for me, I said there has to be a way where we can really calculate our abundance, calculate wealth. And then this beautiful opportunity just kind of literally fell in my lap. Salute to Stacy, salute to the folks at ASA, where we built an app called the Abundance Calculator, where we can really take all of our wealth, right? Whether it's your debt, whether it's your bank accounts, all this stuff, and kind of aggregate it in a way to see like what is your financial health for real, right? Not like I make $250,000, I make $30,000. No, like there's people right now that might make $40,000 a year with no debt who are more wealthy than somebody who makes $1 million.
Right.
Absolutely.
And so for us, we wanted to put an app together where we could aggregate it, but in a way that's private and secure too, right? Because you know a lot of these fintechs who have your information, like, we don't even realize, and this is from a financial standpoint as well, that we sign up for all these apps and they own the data. And you think that you're making, they're making money off of your subscription fee, but the truth is they're making money off of the data and selling your data.
Right.
And so I wanted to make sure that I'm connecting with someone, with a company that makes sure that we're protecting the data as well. And so, really with this aggregate, it's the, top-notch security. You own your own data, but you're able to kind of use, fintech, right? Financial technology, AI, to really learn how to manage your money the best way. And so, we have the abundance calculator, up and running, and it's going to help people really truly build generational wealth.
Tell us what the app does.
Yeah, I got to know, because I want
know
to use
the Ash Cash app.
The Ash Cash app. So number one, I think the beauty of it is the aggregator, right? Where it doesn't matter where you bank. You can bank all these different places, what debts you have, different credit cards. You can view it all in one place, right? And so now that abundance calculator allows you to look at your worth, right? And say, all right, you know what? I have $100,000 in assets. I have $50,000 in debt, so my net worth is $50,000.
Oh, that's great, because I'm always going to different sites to see what I have here, what I have there, what's this here. So this puts it all together.
All
All
together.
in one
Okay.
place.
All in one place, number one. But then also the great thing about it, it actually allows you to take advantage of all of the different types of fintech technology that's available, and puts that in one place as well, right? And so think about it from, like, everybody talks about AI,
Right.
And how AI is so powerful. What if you had AI that's your financial advisor,
That would be amazing.
right? That could look at where you are, your financial health, and use the information that's there
To help you figure out.
out, how to reach certain goals. So we have goals, we have AI calculators, we can help you with taxes, right? There's apps within that can help you file your taxes. So it's really a way to take all of your financial health, right? Because people bank at different places for different reasons, right? So I have major banks because I'm always traveling and international. I need a major bank for that, but I also have a credit union. I also have, right? So how do I take all of that information and have one place where I can see my financial health?
And then you can also see what your goals are, if it's to buy a house or if it's to save for retirement or both, to figure out how you can be, what you should be investing in, where your money should be.
Absolutely, because I think the one thing that we don't do is focus on goals, right? We don't put the goals down on paper. I think a lot of times we have this idea of what we want to do, but are we setting up those goals? Are we seeing those goals in real time and working towards them?
I have seen the Ash Cash app, which you can get by just going to myabundancecalculator.com. And what's so interesting is it's just full service. Like you said, once you download that, you can put your numbers in and figure out your net worth in one place. But then you have the resources in there, like you said, full service AI financial planning. So people through that can subscribe to that. You have your taxes. You have setting your financial goals. And you also have credit building.
That's one of the things I'm really proud of. So I've been in the financial education space or financial services space for well over 20 years. I know I look young, but you know what I mean?
I know.
Been around the block. And I remember I used to be the CEO of a credit union in Long Island City, Queens. And I remember we would try to help people that live in low income areas build their credit, but it was really tough, right? Because you got to think about it. In order to build your credit, you have to have credit. But if you've never had credit, then how are you going to build the credit? And so we were finding like innovative ways to do it. And one thing that, our people, we pay our rent on time. We pay our, light bills.
Gotta keep the roof over the head.
Roof over the head. And so what if there was a way to take your rent, history and make that part of your credit history? Because credit history, that's all it is, right? Credit history is just saying how credit worthy are you, right? Are you going to pay your bills on time? And so with rent, if you're paying your rent on time, you have a good rent history. How can we use that and tell the credit bureau?
Yeah, to boost your credit score.
And so we have a credit rent boost app within the app that people and it could go back 2 years. Right, so it could go back 2 years, and so now, and so here's the other thing that I love about it is not only can you go back 2 years. So if you've been paying your rent on time, we'll report it to the credit bureaus, but it gets reported to all 3 credit bureaus.
Oh wow! Okay.
Right, because it's not just Experian, it's not just Equifax, it's not just TransUnion.
It's all three of them. And so with the right credit history or the right rent history, you can really get a good boost in your credit score.
So that's interesting. So you go into your app, that costs nothing. And then you have all of these resources that you've kind of handpicked that help people with their money management and obviously this credit boosting part.
And taxes.
And taxes. And I know the security part.
Yeah.
Because typically if people wanted to sign up for all of these things individually, each time you're putting in your name, you're starting over. Yeah. But it's a one-time sign-in and it's anonymous.
Yeah. And that again, that was what was important, right? Because it's a one-time sign-in, right? So you sign up for the app. But even as you're using all these different tools, the is your data though. So we don't I mean, when you file your taxes, there's more information that they're going to need in order to file the taxes. But other than taxes, it's really anonymous, right? The information gets fed into the app, but we don't really need to know your name. We don't need to know your social. We don't need to know anything. We don't even save your user name, password, none of that stuff. It's really just aggregating. The technology is specifically built for privacy, like specifically built to just be able to get the information and help you use it, but not be a way to save your information. So that way, because again, like cybercrime is on the rise, right?
Oh my
like
gosh.
Social security numbers got leaked and all this other stuff, and so we don't even want that to be a concern. And so the data is your data, and is, like you said, is done anonymously.
I think it's important to know what your I know this is what you use this for medical terms, but here for your financial status, so that you can figure out what decisions, right, you can make. And like you said, setting goals for yourself is one of the most important things we can do. And I just had a conversation up here with somebody, she just turned 30. So she was talking about what I have told my 30-year-old self and what would I have done differently. And it's always about finances with me. Yeah. If I could have gone back to when I was 30 and made some smarter financial decisions, I think that's one of the main things that always comes to mind for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so you have the opportunity now to see what, to aggregate, like you said, everything, and then figure out how to make smarter financial decisions, no matter where you are in life.
And I love what you said about, checking your financial status, right? Because, again...
some people don't like to look.
They don't like to look. And I think that, and that's like this emotional thing. But the truth is, that's how we get ourselves deeper in debt, right? Because let's just say, for instance, you got this income coming in, and you truly don't know what your net worth is. You truly don't know how much you're investing. You don't know any of that stuff. A random trip comes up and you need to you don't want to see if you could afford it or not, right? You look at your credit card and you see, I got $20,000 available. You really don't have $20,000 available, right? Because if you really
that's just debt,
right, that's just debt. And if you really look at your net worth, you might be in a negative, and now it allows you to just make a better decision.
Right.
It doesn't mean that you don't go on the trip. It just means to say, hey.
It might be a different hotel.
Different hotel, right? What are my financial goals? Is this going to be pushing me back against my goals or push me towards them goals?
Right.
One of the reasons we thought it was important to have this conversation is AI. Angela's, we've been talking about last year, we have to show our community how to use AI. And when you're making that decision about that vacation, you actually have a financial planner giving people customized financial advice for every part of their lives with AI.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it, right? Like I was watching something, I think Wyclef was talking about the power of AI. Right. I truly believe that artificial intelligence and technology will close the wealth gap. It is the equalizer if we jump on it now.
Right.
Like we cannot just become consumers. We have to be producers. We have to be part of this process. And to that point, AI is the best assistant. It's the best brain that you could ever have. What do I mean by that? AI is as smart as the information that we give it. And so it has all of this information that it can calculate in less than a second.
Right.
And so imagine this. Imagine having all of your information aggregated and say, hey, AI, I have this goal of fill in the blank, and I want to do this. What is the best way to do it? Right? Not if can I do it.
Right.
So you go to your financial advisor.
Yeah.
Your financial advisor is going to say, Angela, nope. You can't fix that house. Not now. You got to wait. But what if you said, this is what I want to do? AI, tell me how to
can
do
I do
it.
it?
Now, this AI brain, this financial advisor, because it works for you, is going to calculate all of the different scenarios, millions of scenarios, faster than any human can calculate, and say, this is what you need to do.
Right, right.
And give you options, right? Because abundance is your birthright. That's why we call it the abundance calculator, right? And so, and is better than or. So don't tell me how I can't do it. Tell me how can I do it.
Right.
And AI has the power to say, all right, do this. Oh, you know what?
Non-biased with no emotion.
Exactly.
Everybody, we talk about the need for financial planners, and people don't have them because they don't think you you need them if you don't have a lot of money, but you're giving everybody a financial
advisor. A financial advisor who respectfully is smarter than your personal financial advisor, right?
Right.
Because of all of the information that it has access to in a faster time than
imagine you have to sit down like I was doing and just go through everything that you have, every account, figure out what you owe here, how much you have here, when you can just put it all and it's right there.
And it's right there for you.
In a second.
You need the Cash app.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I really am always trying to figure out what I need to be doing. And sometimes we have more than we think too.
Yes.
You know, a lot of times we have more than we think.
But because you got to think about it, money is emotional. For us, right? It's emotional. And so a lot of times we have more, but emotionally it doesn't feel like it. And so our feelings become the truth.
Right.
But if we have the real data and we have the real information based on our goals, no emotions could tell us what to do, when we could do it, and do it in a way that helps us, enjoy ourselves and move towards our financial goals.
And you've been a financial educator. I tell everybody, Cash a long time ago.
Yes.
It was my son's first financial literacy.
Salute to Chris.
Money camp.
Yes.
It's summer money camp. So you really have been focused on mindset.
Yes.
And a lot of people love you and buy your books and everything. Well, they have access to you in this
absolutely.
app. So your resources.
Yeah, absolutely.
Most important thing.
Yeah.
Most importantly,
we want ads. We want
ads. So like in the app, there's links to some of my books. So I'm the creator of Hip Hoponomics.
4 bestsellers.
Yes, 4 bestsellers.
One was based on 444.
444, the wake up call, financial lessons learned from 444. And so what I've been able to do also is put resources, right? And so you can get access to all of my books. You get access to my podcast, Inside the Vault with Cash. Access to I have a community called the Abundance Community, and so you get access to the community. We meet once a week, and so you're able to connect. And so there's a lot of resources, right? Because that's the other thing. Yes, you want the technology, but you also need if technology is new for you, you might need somebody to help you navigate that technology, and that's why we'd allowed we put all of the resources that I provide there as well.
Can they play you in basketball?
I don't know if anybody want that smoke. Look,
I know somebody who'll take that challenge.
I don't know if anybody want that smoke.
I know somebody who'll take that challenge.
Salute to Chris, but I don't know Chris. They call me Shaq.
Her son's playing at Syracuse. I don't know.
So you gotta know that I'm one of the strongest.
You really want to take that?
I'm one of the look. You know what? Just because Chris is my guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let him live, but.
Who should I put my money on?
You threw down. You threw down. Last thing I really want you to touch on about this. Mm-hmm. So I went to the Cash app, which you get at myabundancecalculator.com, and you go in. There's everything you're saying and more. This is really incredible. Which is why we brought you on to talk about this. But you picked the resources.
Yes.
For example, the AI portfolio pilot, the credit building, credit rent boost. A lot of us want to use fintech. We want to use technology, but we don't know who to trust or who to work with. So you really put that together for us.
1,000%. And I'm glad you brought that up because that's the human aspect of it, right? Is as somebody who has been in this community, like I'm born and raised Harlem, St. Nicholas Projects, as somebody who was a banker, CEO of a credit union. So I have the best of both worlds. I want to make sure that our people are taken care of. And so all of the apps are not just random apps there's other apps available, but for me,
you curated these.
I curated these. I said I want to make sure that these are going to be things that are useful, that's going to help us move to the next level. And so even as new apps are being developed and new things are we start having access to better technology, I'll have access to be able to, I work closely with the ASA team, and we'll work closely to figure out which are the tools and the resources that our people need in order to build wealth. Because ultimately that's what it is, right? It's to build wealth. But again, abundance for me is not about only later. Because when people think about generational wealth, and I think that's one of the emotional things that scare people, when you say generational wealth, people think that I'm meaning that you have to sacrifice now in order for your kids to live better. And they're like, I don't want that generational wealth stuff. But what I'm saying is abundance is about having access to your money now and doing it in a responsible way, right? Like, I love the fact that Angela is always, from day one, has always been in real estate. Why? Real estate is one of the biggest ways to change your relationship with money, right? Instead of working hard for money, make sure money is working hard for you. Okay, so now she works really, really hard. She has a lot of things going on. But she doesn't rely only on her physical labor. She takes the money from her physical labor. She invested in an income-producing asset. That asset allows her to make more money. So now she could say no to whatever she doesn't have to do anything now, right? Why? Because the years and years she worked with her physical labor, she changed that relationship with money. She said, I don't want to work for money, so I'm going to take this money, I'm invested in income-producing assets. Now she could do whatever she wants. She could take vacations whenever she wants. She could work whenever she wants. She could do all that. So that's what generational wealth is about, is passing down assets. And so now as she continues to bring, build income, now that income could be deployed in different ways so that she can live the life that she wants to live. And I wanted to use that example because I need people to see it. Right? I need people to have a tangible example of what does it look like? What do you mean build generational wealth? It means make sure your money is being invested in assets, so the money or the assets is what's making you money. So now you have more assets to deploy to do whatever you want to do.
That's really something I was talking about the other day with my friend's son. I was discussing the different properties that I own and the rent that I have. And I have like my own way of doing things. But what I've gotten to the point where I'll be able to, just from off my rent alone, I can pay for everything that I need to pay for, the mortgage for my new house. And even, look, real estate is never given either. Like, even with my new brownstone, I've had to invest so much in doing things that if I didn't have money coming from other places, I don't know that I would have been able to accomplish, all of it. But I did set myself up in a way that the money that I make off of my rental properties, it pays for everything that I have going on, that even if I wasn't working now, I'd still be able to handle all of that. And so it makes me feel good to finally be in that place, because it did take a while to get here. Yeah. And I was cautious about it. I never really jumped out and did anything. The biggest thing I did was that building in Midtown Detroit that's almost finished at this point. And that definitely was a huge investment for me. But aside from that, everything else I have has been bringing in money now. So
you're both talking about what generational wealth, the most important component of it really is. It's teaching.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. If you teach your kids how to make money. And I love that you have this app and parents can show their children how they're using this. And guess what? You finally found a way to relate to your kids through technology.
1,000%.
But it's teaching. Generational wealth is teaching. We had last month Michelle Anthony, who's an incredibly successful businesswoman. And that's what she's all about, teaching her kids. Yeah. She's like, I could leave them whatever, that could work out, that could not work out, they could blow through that. But if I teach them how to make money and build wealth.
Because you look at the stats, right? And this is not just black and white. This is, or it's not just black. It's black, white, Asian, Hispanic. Most wealth is lost by the third generation.
Yeah.
First generation gets it. Second generation was there. They know what it took. By the third generation, everything is handed.
Absolutely.
Not the knowledge.
Right.
The knowledge is not handed down, and so by third generation is gone, and then now the cycle starts again. So now with this app, with being able to learn and have the information, this could become an intergenerational learning process, so that we break that cycle of poverty forever.
Yeah, and I love it. You two have been early role models for my son, and he plays basketball and is bugging me to buy him some real estate. So.
Let's go.
And
thanks a lot.
Let's go.
And since you taught him, you can help him do that, Auntie Angela.
I am a realtor, and I know how much. I know Stacy got it. Let's get that down payment going.
Let's go.
Thank you so much, everybody. Where do we get this?
Go to myabundancecalculator.com. Download it for free, $99.
Oh,
for free.
Free $99. myabundancecalculator.com. No, thank you so much, Ash Cash. Happy Wealth Wednesdays, everybody.
Way up.